Hey, I'm Jared, and today we're going to show you how to hang a hammock. We're here at the Next Adventure Warehouse. If you're familiar with hammocks, you probably know that there's 1,000 different ways to hang them. We're just going to talk about one of the easiest ones. It's using these daisy chain straps. This is the Wilderness Technology Daisy Chain Suspension Loop. There's a bunch of different companies that make these. Wilderness Technologies happens to be a brand that Next Adventure carries. It is a long nylon webbing strap. It's got a loop at one end, and then all along the length of it there's a bunch of little loops called daisy chains sewn into it, and these are actually what you're going to attach the end of the hammock to. But with a big tree, you'd only loop this around once. We're probably going to go around 3 or 4 times just to take up some of the extra length of this, give it some friction to hold my weight. With a nice grippy tree, you'd probably only have to go around once, but loop that around. You've got this big open end here. Just kind of tuck the strap through it, and there you go. You've got this nice long daisy chain that you can attach your hammock to at different points. They open up here and just clip a carabiner into them. Let me go hang up the other one and we'll get the hammock in the air. Wilderness Technology Hammock. I grabbed the double hammock out of the warehouse here. Double hammock is a little bit wider, and I've actually had myself and my wife both hanging out in one of these. They are pretty sturdy. You'll notice that on either end there's a rope with a carabiner hook. Carabiner hook just clips right into one of the daisy chains. Grab the other end and head over to your other strap. Clip right into it as well. You're actually looking for maybe a 30-degree angle on your straps because you want to get a little bit of a sag in your hammock. If you've got your hammock too tight, it's going to wrap around you like a burrito. You'll be kind of cocooned in it, and it's not going to be comfortable at all. So you definitely want a little bit of a sag here. If you need to adjust the length or the sag, all you do is just unhook it, and you can drop it down to another one of the loops. It's going to hang a little bit looser. You can go up exactly the opposite, make it tighter, infinitely adjustable. But I tend to go for something with a, I don't know, I think it's about a 30-degree angle. It's a nice, healthy sag. People talk about having a loose hang. If you've got a loose hang, you can just hang loose in your hammock. Go right to the middle, tuck it under my butt, and slowly kind of lean back into it, spin around and drop your legs over. And if you want to get a nice flat hang, you go at an angle, put your feet over to one side, and your head over to the other side, and kick back. These double hammocks, if you're the only person in it, scoot over to one side, and I'll often put like my cell phone in here. I can drop it over and actually use it sometimes as an extra little cover. It keeps you a little bit warmer while you're hanging in your hammock. Let's put my weight over and there you go. Wraps you up. It's like a little taco. So I often take a hammock when I'm solo backpacking. Hammocks are a lot lighter than a tent. You don't have to worry about finding that like perfect flat spot. But these daisy chain loops get a little bit heavy. I'll often use what's called a Dyneema Cord. It's a super thin rope that was designed for sailboats. And I'll actually use a short piece of webbing to wrap around the tree to protect the bark, and then I'll use this Dyneema cord, which is significantly lighter, as my attachment point between the tree strap and the carabiner here. There's 1,000 different ways to tie these things up. The hammocks are starting to become kind of a big thing in the camping community. They're super good for car camping, just as a place to hang out. They're also great if you want to take them backpacking. Super lightweight, you just hang a tarp over it and you've got, good shelter. They make all sorts of under quilts that hang under them to keep your backside warm. Just throw a thin blanket over the top of you, and that's about all you need in you know, mild weather. I routinely camp in a hammock in the snow. I just surround myself with a good layer of down and put a solid tarp over me. I can actually get a full 4-season system going with a tarp, or with a tarp and a hammock that weighs under 2 pounds. It's not a bad option at all. They're very comfortable to sleep in. A lot of people say you can't side sleep in them. I'm definitely a side sleeper. It's all about getting the right angle inside the hammock. You just don't want to be straight along it and wrapped up like a taco. Getting that angle flattens you out, gives you lots of options. They're very comfortable, they cradle you nicely, and you know, in a gentle breeze they kind of rock you to sleep. So that's how to hang a hammock. You know, you can find any of these hammocks or the daisy chain suspension system either in our store or online at nextadventure.net.